turn this light off. Hey guys, just wanted to film just a little bit to show you what we're dealing with. I mean, it's actually let up quite a bit, but it is a full-on downpour here. So it is the first video with the 60 millimeter, but it's been raining for 2 days straight, so there's not much background, so not the best. Here's a couple of, there's one down right there. But anyways, I just wanted to let you know, for those that are wondering why the image isn't that great, you're not seeing the background, everything, it's a whiteout. Everything's the same temperature because of the rain for 2 days. Anyway, so this first hunt with the 60 millimeter, and it's going really well. Okay guys, I know I said it in the entry, but again, it's been raining for 3 days here. This hog is 60 yards. It's a fairly large boar. He's in a pecan orchard. You can't even see the trees. Again, with thermal, once it's been raining for several days, no sun for several days, there is nothing to heat up the background. The only thing that shows alive is the hog. Now, he's also covered in mud and soaked in rain himself, so you can see, you know, large parts of him, even though it's on black hot, are showing white. Can you hear me? This is the brand new Trijicon Reap IR 60 millimeter. These are the absolute worst thermal conditions you could have.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. You know you're supposed to shoot on 0, not 1, right?
Yeah, sorry about that.
I mean, I figured it out that you shoot on 1 every time, so I've just been shooting on 1, but
Alright, this group is the beginning of the next night. Had a little bit of sun come out, so you can see a little bit of the trees. It's day 3 of rain now. There's a light mist, some heavy fog. The temperature's picked up. It's around 80, 83 degrees. Just go through the different settings here. Edge detect, black hot, white hot. They're on the other side of a fence line. The closest hog to me is about 35 yards. Now, you're going to see I'm shooting a 308 LWRC Reaper Mark II, and I'm using a 150 grain soft point. I hit all of the adults pretty fast off the bat. They don't go down right away, but no adults escape out of this group, only a couple of piglets. First, like I said, it's going to start at 35 yards. The final one I'm going to shoot back there in the trees is going to be about 140 yards. Again, terrible conditions, fog and a light mist right now with 3 days of rain. They're actually eating, we're having an army worm invasion right now, and the hogs are acting differently. They're grazing and eating the army worms out of the grass. They're getting too close to me. They're coming to me, so I'm going to go ahead and take my shots here and try to shoot through the fence. I'm going to try for a double. I actually hit both of them, but neither of them. All these are good hits. Just absorbing them. Finally down. Here's the original ones I hit. They've run out of energy. And then one last adult back here. Every single adult out of this group is taken out now. Okay, on this one, it has started to rain again. You can see a tree. These are piglets at about 30 yards, just on the other side of a fence. We have a boar there, a few more adult hogs right there. And then way back in the background at about 150, 200 yards, actually more like 250. The farthest one is pretty close to 300 yards back there. We have hogs spread out. Now they're up against hog panel. We have 2 adults back there. It's a boar chasing a sow just behind that tree. I'm going to attempt to run all these hogs out into the open field. Unfortunately, it doesn't work out very well for me. This is more just showing you what they look like through the new scope. Now I will say this is filmed through a DVR. I'm losing somewhere, I estimate around 20% of what you actually see through the scope, if not more. What you see through the scope is way more detailed than this, and hopefully we'll take care of that problem here coming up next month when I get the new LPMRs and they will record through the screen. But right now this is a DVR through the video out with a significant resolution loss. Again, these are piglets. We're talking about maybe 30 pounds, 20 to 30 pounds at about 30 yards, 25 to 30 yards. And then you have the young adults back here behind us, which are about 150 pounds. And that's a boar chasing a sow. And here we go. We're going to start taking them out. This guy takes 2 hits. He ends up going down farther out. I hoped that the hogs would run back to me to get to the tree line. They ran over the hill, and I ended up with only 4 hogs out of this group. Also, there is a bunch of goat weed here. With the goat weed being wet, they just disappear. Those few hogs out there in the distance are 200, 300 yards away, and I just decided not to take a shot with the rain and loss of clarity. Okay, we have one lone boar. He's approximately 150 to 175 yards away. I've digitally 2 times the scope. Shoulder shot with 150 grain soft point. Again, we're in a pecan orchard. Normally you would be able to see way better, but he virtually he does disappear here. He is gone. The leaves are all wet on the trees. The branches are hanging down. There's also tall goat weed in this field that's helping to camouflage him. I'm not sure if he went down or not. I'm scanning. I spot some cows off in the distance. Those are cows at about 150 to 200 yards again. You can see the goat weeds are even camouflaging some of the cows. Those are full-grown adult cows, and you can only see 2 out of about 20. Scanning back and forth, I see a hint of heat in the goat weed, and lo and behold, the boar that I hit has almost cleared 100 yards and is coming right at me. You'll notice that he's walking pretty slow. You can actually see when he comes out of the brush here, or out of the goat weed, you'll see the bullet hit on his left shoulder, center low, right where his heart should be, and he's still just trucking along like this. The black spot right there low on the opposite shoulder, you won't see it right here, that is the bullet hole and where he's leaking out. But one to the ear finishes him off here. Again, this is a full rain, everything's soaked, absolute worst conditions for thermal, but as you see, it still gets it done. Last group for this night, still been raining all night. We have 4 rather large hogs up on a hillside, and then we have this group of young hogs down in a lower valley area. I have another shooter with me. I'm going to let him take these guys because there's a large field that they have to run across. He should have multiple shooting opportunities. I want to get the large ones up here to the left on top of the hill before they clear the hill and get to the tree line right behind them. As you can see, there's no background definition at all. When everything's wet, it looks like the hogs are just kind of floating out there. This is a common occurrence. I call it a whiteout, where you lose all background. Again, thermal picks up no light. It only picks up heat.
You're going to go over the hill pretty quick, so.
This boar is actually going to lay down in a puddle here. Again, these hogs are spread out differently than normal, and what it is we've had an invasion of what they call army worms that are eating the grass. And these hogs are actually doing us a favor by eating the worms for once. So, for once in their life, these hogs have been useful. Alright, it's enough show and tell. I'm waiting on him to get set up. He's having troubles with his FLIR scope. Water does not react well with FLIR scopes. Once he gets everything set up, we will Get
I'm
going
gonna
here.
shoot these up this second group over here. So at first. Yeah. Whatever you want over there. Countdown.
3, 2, 1.
And just like that, all 4 of them are down on the hill. I pan over.
I got all of mine
Unfortunately,
over here.
They all
I don't
managed
see
to
any
escape on the
group.
other
Did they make
side.
it over the hill? or
Luckily
did
for
they
me,
go-
they're going to circle up and come around the hill, and I'll get 2 more
Oh, they're
of
way.
the original group.
No,
those are cattle.
cows off to the right.
At 200 to 400 yards.
Oh,
There's, you
something
can see
moving
the
up
very
there.
top of the back, and I spine them right here.
Oh, here they come.
There he goes. And then I got that spine, that second
Shot
one.
that
So
one.
that's it. Video's over. I hope you enjoyed. Again, awesome scope. Worst conditions possible. We're looking at rain for the next 2 weeks, but once it clears up, I will get you some beautiful footage from this scope, and hopefully within another month or 2, I will have the LPMR to show you the true resolution of
I
these
see
scopes. It is really amazing.
What I think is a
Thank you
couple
for
bodies
watching.
out
Ask
there.
any questions below. As always,
Oh,
check
God.
out Huey Outdoors if you're looking for thermal or night vision. We carry everything but ATN.
I couldn't tell. Like, my thing was.